My name is Danielle Robertson. I'm here today interviewing Evan Thompson. So I have about maybe like 7 or 8 questions for you. My first question is, how long have you been at Spectrum?
Well, this will be my 7th year at Spectrum. Started in 6th grade, and this is my senior year.
Sweet. What has been one of your favorite memories here over the years?
I don't think I could pick one.
Say all of them, man.
I could break it down by year, like in 6th grade, messing around with my friends Brendan and Matthew. That was pretty fun. In 7th grade, I don't have as many fond memories of 7th grade, but it was still pretty fun. And it's kind of the same thing with 8th. But I've made a lot of friends throughout the years. Brendan, Matthew, Miles, who's not a Spectrum North Salt Lake anymore. Danny, Brennan he's a real one.
My third question for you is that I have heard you've been the cross-country captain for 5 years straight.
Yeah.
I want to know how you feel about that.
I feel like it's been a good experience for me, making me more responsible for, I have a team to worry about. I'm not just out doing my own thing like I was in 7th grade, right? But now I have a responsibility to them. They are like family to me. I'm like the head of that family. I take great pride in all of their successes.
How has that sport, cross-country, helped you?
Well, it's as an athlete, it's nice to have a way to show off, but also cross-country has given me more motivational tools, such as looking at something from how far you've come rather than how far you have left to go. If anyone watching or listening to this is a runner, you never want to ask the question how far I have left, but always how far have I run so far. But that can be used in the same way for anything, especially in school. If you have assignments to do, don't think of how many I have left to do or how much of this assignment do I have left to do. Think about how much you've done, and that makes all the rest of it seem easier to do.
Well, that's really nice. That kind of ticks off my last question, or the one after that is what motivates you or inspires you.
What inspired me originally was, in cross country anyway, was I'm going to destroy everyone here. I'm gonna beat them. And I mean I did, but that's not really what I think about anymore. What motivates me to keep going is the people that have pushed me that far, and knowing that I did it and I can do it again, and that I'll do it better next time. And if I had to do it over again, I would. I really honestly would.
That's really nice, honestly, having that kind of connection with the sport,
Yeah.
Wanting to do it again is a big thing.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite memories of cross country?
Every time I crossed that finish line, and it was never the medal that was the memory for me, but rather the run I did to earn that. All the hours of practice that I had to do to lead up to, being able to pace myself for a race. My favorite memories are not the glory or the medals, but it's that hard practice that I did, and the just making more memories with the team throughout the years. That has to be my favorite part of it all.
Yeah, that's really sentimental. That's touching my heart. Have you gotten any special offers because of your skills or just being in the sport in general?
Yeah, so at Spectrum Academy it's a little harder because in a public school, if you're running a race, right, there are scouts there usually for the big major ones, right, that are looking for runners for whatever school they're from, whether it's USU, the U of U or BYU or even like a smaller school like maybe Weber or something like that, they'll be looking for people, but they don't really come to the races with just our smaller charter schools, right? So you need to put yourself out there more. Like you can go to rec leagues and things like that, and you can get recognized that way. Like I did a program when I was younger called Race Cats. They don't take you if you're like 15 or older, but I had a shot at the Junior Olympics of, I think it was 2020, but the issue was the pandemic got in the way of that. So I ended up losing my chance. But there are a lot of things still like that you can do. You can go to, like a lot of city-hosted races, like half marathons or marathons. There's a lot of 5Ks and 10Ks out there that you can do. And if you perform well in them, you very well could. You could get an invitation to run at some bigger races, or you could use that to help you get a scholarship or get into a college. So I personally haven't, but I know there are a lot of tools that you could use to get offers.
That leads to my last question. You've kind of already answered it already, but what advice do you have for people who want to join cross country?
I say just do it, but also if you are already planning on joining, just go in there with the thought in mind that if you don't hate it sometimes, then you don't like it enough. You don't love cross country or running enough if you don't hate it sometimes. There's going to be a lot of pain. It's going to be a really, really hard journey for you. If it's not hard for you, you're not trying enough. I learned that lesson the hard way. I became very stagnant in my abilities, and it was a really big eye-opener to me when I realized that I wasn't even raising my heart rate that much with how I was performing. So when I did get back into hard work and raising my heart rate to the target range, it put me in shock. So just remember in the long game that you should never be aiming to make something easier unless you plan on doing something harder. If you say that your goal is to run a consistent 6-minute per mile pace, then be ready once you reach that to be aiming for a 5-minute per mile pace or a 5:30 pace, because once you get stagnant, you're not running anymore. You're not running unless it's hard.
Yeah. Well, sweet. That's all the questions that I have for you. I appreciate you interviewing with you and everything.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I do want to touch, and it's kind of emotional for you, but I do know that Todd Davis, yes, he was your coach for a while, and he really inspired you to do a lot. Do you have any special memories with him?
Yeah, I have a lot of special memories of him. I could fill a book of things about Coach Davis. I remember when I was first getting started, he said to me that, you very well could break the school's record for the 2-mile next year, or the year after, or maybe even this year. I didn't believe him, but it turns out I did. And I was like, he believed in me. I didn't believe in me, but he did. And that can be translated to anyone, because even if you don't believe you can do it, I believe you can do it. Just put in the work. Do your very best. Don't focus on your time compared to everyone else's. Focus on your time compared to your abilities. And you'll go far. Literally, you'll go far.
Well, that's all that I have for you. Yet again, thank you. I appreciate it. This will, like I said before, be in the yearbook, and everybody's looking at you right now, saying hi, and listening to your little advice and your little story. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.